As long as he has 2 eyes, 2 arms, 2 legs.
Yeah.
Just marry him.
Set it. Oh yeah, there it is. It's right down there.
Where? Oh, what the heck?
What the heck?
When did it fall?
Who are you, Tyler?
No, she goes, what the heck?
Yeah.
It's such an odd accent to have.
Are you making fun of the South African accent?
I'm not making fun of
Is Sara making fun of the South
No,
African
I'm not.
accent?
No.
Did she say that South Africans have an odd accent?
Oh, I just said
Sara, please explain yourself.
Tyler's got an interesting one, but...
Welcome back, guys, to the Cousin
Connection podcast.
Today, we've got a little bit of a different video set up. But before we actually get into that, we should probably, give an update of what's been going on for the past couple of weeks. Because we did miss a week last week.
We did, yeah.
And that was mainly because we had a family barbecue that, brought us back to the good old days where we used to have these family barbecues almost annually.
The 2010s were a time, and we used to be the hosts.
Exactly, and we'd have it at different houses.
And it was really just mine and yours.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, but we had like 40 to 50 people there for this one, right?
No.
Yeah, it was at least 40 people.
No, it wasn't.
What?
No, it wasn't. We've had bigger
barbecues. The moms alone were like 50, like 10, and then the dads are like another 10.
No.
She tripping, guys. It was like 40
You're
people.
tripping.
Okay.
It wasn't 40. It was like maybe like 25, 30.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, the numbers don't matter. Okay, it was still, it was busy. I had to put up a 10, like a 10 by 30 tent.
Damn.
Basically by myself.
Yeah.
I woke up at like 9 a.m. that day, and I think I didn't finish till like 3 p.m.
You were on the sun, or I guess it was like just hot, right?
Yeah, and then from there it was like literally just constantly just moving around, and then the next day was taking down the tent. So I was a little gassed, guys. So I didn't have the energy to give y'all. So I said, you know what? We'll give y'all a break of hearing these voices, these annoying little voices.
We also had a wedding too.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I forgot. The same day we had a wedding, like the next day.
Yeah.
So all that combined did not leave time for the podcast.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, but we're back. We're back here. And yeah, thankfully the barbecue went well.
I was wondering where you were going with that.
Even with the threat of rain, that was the reason I had to put up the tent, is because there was a threat of rain, and the rain did come, and it came down hard. Yeah, shout out to Sebri, the cook. He got doused with some a bunch of rain while he was still cooking,
At least
and we were like almost finished too. Yeah, I helped him out a little bit there. We were going back and forth. But a little bit of the food might have gone wet afterwards, but it's whatever. It was already over by that point, basically, right? Everybody was kind of running inside. The dads were already chilling inside, doing their butcha and stuff.
I feel like we stayed out for pretty long.
We stayed out, but the dads were like, we out of here, man. No rain.
The minute it just started to get dark, the clouds formed, they're like, yeah, we're out of here.
They left all the moms to fend for themselves outside.
Yeah.
They chilled out there until like the sun went down.
Yeah, they only came in after.
Yeah. And then we also, during the week, we went to Center Island. What's going on?
Matcha isn't.
She wasn't yawning before we started, guys.
I know.
Okay?
You know what it is?
This is what she thinks about y'all?
It's the room is so, guys.
Okay.
We have 3 lights in this studio. It is so hot, and I'm wearing a sweater today, which hot. What was I thinking?
I know. Why were you wearing a sweater today?
I don't know. It's fine.
It's on you. But yeah, during the week we went to Center Island, took the mom. Of course, Aisha was in town for the week. So that's the reason we also had the barbecue. She's the one who kind of gets things together like that.
If you want to see it, it's on her TikTok.
Yeah, exactly. She posted on her TikTok. Yeah. So she was in town. So we took the mom, and our mom and Iman was there too. My wife Hanan was out there. We went to Center Island. Didn't realize how much Center Island it's changed, but we never explored it as much, or maybe we forgot what it had. So we walked out, and you know how it has a huge garden, garden area a little bit past the kids park or the amusement park. On the other side of that is a whole beach.
There's a
beach proper beach, sand.
I didn't know.
And
that.
It has those rocks that break the waves, so it's nice clear water. Of course, it has a little bit of the at the edge, some of the green stuff. What do you call that? The seaweed.
Not seaweed.
Yeah, not the algae, but it was actual seaweed. Oh. There's a tiny bit of that, but it was enough to where you don't really notice it. But the sand itself was there was nothing there. It was soft. Yeah. So, it might be a spot in the future. And it has even like a boardwalk that goes out into the water.
Maybe we forgot that. I don't remember that.
Yeah, I don't remember. My mom literally like was the one who took us there when we were children and forgot about it. Damn. She's like, damn, I forgot this is all here.
Yeah.
And it has like change rooms and everything there too.
Do they still have the rides?
Yeah, they have the rides too.
Oh, they're still there?
We actually wanted to go there to see the rides and like maybe take the one that goes like above the whole park.
Do you remember the haunted house?
Yeah, and I'm not doing that. Okay. Even as a kid.
That one was scary. We used to go.
Actually, now it might not be scary because of kids. It's made for kids, so we were kids.
Is it made for kids? Because I remember being terrified.
I can't remember.
And like we would hate sitting on. It's like it's a quad thing, but like I would hate sitting on like one of the sides because that's like where the jump scares happen the most.
Y'all did this stuff. I don't remember.
No, I feel like you went with us.
Well, maybe that's the reason I'm traumatized. Okay.
It's highly likely, yes. That's true.
But yeah, unfortunately, they closed early. They closed at like 5 p.m. that day.
Was it? It was a weekday, right?
Yeah. And funny enough, we were talking about, we have one of our cousins who was actually at the barbecue. And we're like, oh, doesn't she work there? Maybe she can like hook us up or whatever. And as we're stepping off the boat, she's stepping onto the boat to leave. Like we just happened to see her at the exact same time.
At Center Island?
Exactly. Oh. Yeah, at Center Island. So after we went to Center Island, the next day we had dinner with
sushi.
With said cousin. Well, another set of cousins that were also at the wedding.
Yeah.
And it was weird because like now we're at that age where the cousins that like we thought of as kids, and they are kind of like kids, but now they're old enough to like have personalities and hang out.
If you're listening to this, you know who we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Like they're just at that age where like they're in university. Life has hit them a little bit. They're actually getting jobs out here.
Beginning, but yeah.
Yeah. So it was interesting. Like I was sitting there literally at the table, being like asking them, like, how's life at your age? Like, what's your first job like? And we're finding out like they're dealing with people who are like who are schizophrenic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and university plights and all that stuff. But it was interesting, and yeah, now we're here. I don't know what we did for the rest of the week. Yesterday was pretty fun too. Yesterday I went down.
Lived life.
Sorry?
I said we just lived life.
Yeah, we lived life. Like we took advantage. At least me and Hanan, like we took advantage of the fact that we're close to like a lot of street shops and stuff. So we took the train down yesterday. We completely forgot it was Caribana. Like completely forgot. No, but that's the thing. We took the streetcar, right?
Yeah.
And we thought, oh, the streetcar. We don't have to take a car because of all the traffic. And I forgot the streetcar goes on the street and is stuck in the traffic.
No.
So it took us, for what should have taken us like 20, 30 minutes max, took us like 45 to an hour.
You should have just walked.
For real though, but if someone didn't want to walk, I'm just saying, okay. I'm not saying names, I'm just saying, okay.
She listens to this, you know that,
right? But yeah, but that was still fun. Like we still got to walk around and we actually went to Bari Ali's.
I still haven't gone.
Yeah, like there's a famous pizza shop in Toronto called Bari Ali's.
Was it worth it?
It was actually really good. Yeah, it was worth it. Like maybe it wasn't worth the like hour and a half wait. Yeah.
An hour and a half?
Like because we were like, you know what? When are we gonna find ourselves here again? Even though we're probably gonna find ourselves there again.
Yeah.
But no matter when you go, it's always a long wait.
Dang.
So we got in line. We thought it was going to be maybe an hour. And it technically did take us an hour to get to the front of the line. But by the time we got our food and sat down, it was like an hour and a half.
You found seats inside? Isn't it small?
No. We went to a park. There's a park right next door.
Got it.
So we just sat at a table next to the park. We ate some pizza. She got... I'm forgetting the name right now. It's the one, it's like a pizza and it has like giant chunks of cheese on it. Not like melted cheese, but chunks of cheese.
Burrata?
Yeah, I think that one. And I got like a margarita and a cheese slice, the staples. And the margarita was amazing. That was really good. No, not the alcohol. I'm just saying, okay, guys. Like, for our I don't know, Western
Everyone knows what margarita.
Does everyone know what a margarita is? Okay,
yes.
maybe they know what a margarita is. But yeah. It was really good. That was really good.
Yeah.
The cheese pizza was good. Like, I think I gave it a total of like a 9 out of 10.
That's pretty high.
Yeah, it was really good. If you really like thin pizzas, like this is your place in crispy pizzas. It was very crispy too, but it was enough floppy to crisp ratio where it was like really good. Like you could still fold it and like chew on it. It was good.
Was it oily like New York pizza?
It wasn't oily.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Good.
So that's a good that's a good thing too. But yeah, it was really good. And I guess next time we know to actually just order it because you can order you have to order a whole pie.
Damn.
But if you order the whole thing, you get it within like 30 minutes.
The same with the slice? Same with the slice?
No, the slice we waited an hour and a half. You can't buy a slice, pre-order a slice, but you can pre-order a pizza.
Oh, and you just go to pick it up.
Yeah, and you just go and pick it up. Yeah,
do you order
exactly.
it online or something?
Yeah, you order on their website.
Oh, nice.
And they actually deliver too. So technically, they can deliver to our apartment.
Oh.
Yeah, we found that out after, of course, or while we were in the line. But at that point, sunken cost fallacy. We were already in line for 30 minutes. What's another 30 minutes?
So what I'm hearing is the next time I come over, I'm getting treated to body alley.
We'll see.
Yes.
Okay.
I want to try body alley.
Okay. It's actually not that expensive too, but so that was our day yesterday, and now we're here, and I know we have a big episode ahead of us, so I just wanted to make sure I get through all that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think I'm going to introduce this in the spirit of me being like super nostalgic because, just love looking back on all things.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember who brought this video up.
Who? Hello?
Hello.
So disappointing.
Don't you have that thing?
What?
That like pre-screens your calls?
They do. Sometimes it gets it, sometimes it doesn't. Because this was just a regular 647 number. A Toronto number. Yeah. I hate that when it's silent for like 5 seconds, you're gonna get some bull, man.
Damn.
And you get the robot. Hello. Or whatever. Okay.
Anywho,
continue.
Back to what we were saying. So, I came across this video that we actually recorded 8 years ago.
Damn. Mm-hmm.
So back way before Cousin Connection was ever even a concept, my cousins and I decided to film a video on my cousin Aisha's channel. And, I'm pretty sure she had a pretty substantial following back then too.
Yeah.
But we just recorded it with no regard for the fact that this was going on the internet. And I think we were a little too honest. Now I have not watched it since we've recorded this. I remember the first week she posted it, I obsessively was reading the comments because I'm like, do people hate us or not? And it was I'm pretty sure you can see the girls responding to comments in there.
Yeah.
However, we thought it was going to be a great idea to watch it and you get our live reactions and actually see if I still have the same mentality and see if Amir agrees or thinks that we're totally out of pocket.
I don't know if maybe I've watched this. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever actually
I don't know
watched
if I've ever.
it.
I feel like I have, but I can't remember. And maybe that's a good thing.
But you know what?
You probably don't remember what the questions were.
I actually have no idea,
okay.
But I'm reading the title and I'm like, wow, okay, we were ahead of our time. The pressures of marriage and social media relationships.
And this is what, 2017? 8 years ago? Yeah, 2017.
No?
Actually, we can check.
Yeah, how come it doesn't show the post date?
No, you have to go. Yeah, 2017, exactly.
Oh, wow.
Beginning of 2017, so February.
Wow. Oh my God. Okay, damn. I'm just looking at us now. That's so funny. Okay, let's hit play. I'm cringing already.
I've already skipped a little bit
to
the intro part.
Yeah.
But let's get to the first question.
So I guess we can go down the line or whoever, but what is your opinion on marrying someone outside of your culture? How do you feel about it?
Definitely change.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, me neither.
But
actually, no.
Feel about it.
True. That is a real question.
Yeah.
What did she say?
To be honest with you, okay, so I basically feel like the number one important aspect is that he needs to be Muslim.
Yeah. Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes, 100%.
His background shouldn't really mind, but it does mind to some people's parents.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just parents though, because I personally, not that I'm against it, but I'd rather marry someone I'm
You'd rather,
your preference.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
because it's easier.
Yeah.
And it's you have a common you just have more to relate to, you understand culture, how you live your life in a certain way.
Yeah.
But low-key, I feel like that's just the easy way out. You're just marrying him because he's gay, so...
It's not just because he's the same
No, I know, but I'm saying that's the easy way out where if you were to fall in love with some guy.
I feel like you're limiting your
for sure.
Okay, I feel like if you specifically ignore all the other races just because you want to date one culture or whatever, not races, culture, then you are limiting yourself.
Yeah.
But if you're just
attracted
to just your culture, you don't find other cultures
makes it
attractive,
easier.
It makes it a lot.
It makes life a lot easier. But when it comes to even having kids in the future,
that's
you guys both have the same culture, so you guys can raise them with the same language, the same culture, everything like that is easy. But I mean, in other aspects, like, you're missing out on so much more. Like,
Yes.
you can, like, enjoy someone else's culture and learn so much more about someone else's culture if you maybe venture out and even marry your own, a different culture.
We get the point.
We get the point. Okay.
But I feel like you guys kept that. Actually, no. As you guys got older, I don't know. You guys going back and forth so much.
Yeah, we did go back. Because
I feel like you did go back and forth. Because I don't know if even that was your opinion like a year later or 2 years later.
No, a year later, I was like, Harari all the way.
Yeah. And then, like, 2 years later, you're like...
I said, F them, Harari boy. No, I'm just kidding.
You dipped your toe in the pool and you're like, this ain't feeling nice.
Never mind. No, you know what it was? I think, like, at that point, I was obviously, like, very, very single.
Yeah.
So I actually still agree with the point of, like, don't limit yourself to your specific ethnicity or culture.
Yeah.
Like, open your horizons. The main point the main, like, characteristic that you should be looking for in a potential spouse is obviously Islam if you're Muslim. And, like, of course you can have a preference. Don't let me shame you into, like, having your preference. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to date within, all power to you. Like, do what you want to do. But I'm just saying, like, in the time that we're living in, you know, where it's already hard enough to meet people, like, out in the wild, as they say. Dating apps are, like, super popular now, and, like, kind of like the default option. Like, it's so normal that, you know, you can limit your options to, like, people within your own community. But it's like, you most likely probably already know people within your community, unless you're, like, the type that's like, oh, I isolate myself. And
but from here, I feel like maybe if being Harari was, like, top 2 on your list, now it's, like, top 10 or something.
Yeah, I don't really care for it now. But that's maybe it's because you know what it is? It's kind of like, and, like, no shade, no tea, okay? Don't take this the wrong way. Whoever listening to this, whoever knows shit about me, don't try it. I already know how this is gonna come off. I have to do damage control ahead of time. I'm just saying, sometimes you go through experiences and you realize, like, you know, is being Harari the end all be all? Like, yeah, of course it's important. Do I want my kids in the future, inshallah, to learn how to speak my language? Of course. But at the end of the day, like, when I actually evaluated what was important to me when looking for a potential spouse, being Harari wasn't, like, it wasn't even top 10. It was like, you know what? It'll be nice. But if you're Harari but missing a lot of the other big, really important things that I'm looking for, it's not worth it for me. So if I find someone that has all of the other big things but they're not Harari, bro, here's my dad's number. I don't know, like, you know?
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Like, you know, everyone has their own experiences, so you can't really judge someone's response to how they prefer choosing a partner.
Like,
because you don't know what they've gone through.
Yeah, and, like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, like, I was like, no Harari guys because of one experience. I'm just saying that just shifted my perspective. Because after we filmed this video, foreshadowing, a year later.
Yeah, was it a year later?
Well, like, later that year.
Yeah.
Damn, I don't even know if I should say this, like, as explicitly. My mom's gonna be like, why'd you say that? But whatever, I'm just gonna be open. Okay. Later that year, I ended up meeting the person that I got engaged to.
Yeah.
So, you know, and I'm not saying, like,
was this before your trip to Australia?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, that same year, but
that earlier. Makes sense because you met. Yeah.
So, like, you know, at the time, I was like, oh yeah, like, best of both worlds. Harari has most of the things that I was looking for. And at the end of the day, it just wasn't willed for us to, like, be together. Like, long term, that is.
Yeah.
And that's okay. But after that relationship ended and I started to do that, like, inner work, and I went to therapy and all that good stuff, I was like, you know what? And I finally, like, reached the point where I was like, okay, maybe now I'm ready to start looking again. I actually thought about it, like, do I really, really care if he's Harari? And it was like, you know, like, I actually started to think about it. I'm like, what are the benefits if he is? Okay, like, the thing is, it's not just being Harari. It's like, are you like someone who speaks the language and like knows the cultural practices? Like the last guy, he was basically the ambassador for Harari.
Yeah.
He's probably gonna listen to this and be like, Sara, what the hell? but what I'm like sweating.
From the question, or right now she's just like every eggshell.
No, literally. But the point of the matter is, it's like if someone's just Harari by name, but they're not actually like in tune with their culture, then like what's the point?
Yeah.
You know? So that's why I kind of was like, at the end of the day, being Harari, like, yeah, it would be a huge plus, but it's not something that I'm like specifically looking for.
Yeah. I think from the men's perspective is very different because
like I want to know, like,
options,
were you always you had options.
Yeah.
Okay, you had options.
You know, maybe it might be different for another Harari guy, right? But for me personally,
it depends on what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I think I've always stayed consistent on what I said. Like I always said I prefer Harari, but like if someone came along that was like, you know, had everything I was looking for and that was the only, then okay, yeah, you know, I'd make the exception. But for the most part, I was like just straight up like find me a Harari girl.
I feel like best case scenario, someone who isn't Harari but like has Harari traits, and you're just like, you get the best of both worlds.
Basically Sudanese, or like what's another next? Cause I wouldn't say Somali because Somali's like maybe
they have a pretty rich culture. Somalis are,
or actually no, the other one I was thinking of was Yemeni, because like the culture also is very similar. Yeah.
What you trying to say? I'm just kidding.
No, I'm just saying like the culture. Okay. I'm married now. Okay. Oh shit! I'm not even wearing my ring right now. Where's my ring at?
Damn, Hanan.
It's on my keychain. Okay. What? No, I take it off like sometimes because I get like some skin issues for some reason with the ring, so I have to like put it on my keychain every once in a while, and then I just forget to put it back on.
A necklace.
I could do that too, yeah. But I might just forget to put it on. Like I forgot to put it on right now.
Fair.
Right? But yeah, for us personally, I feel like because the pool is a lot, I guess, or it's a lot more in favor.
The ratio of guys to girls.
Yeah, the ratio is a lot more in favor of guys.
Works in your favor, yeah.
Yeah, so this topic is not something that they don't really have to like tackle as much. Because what is mostly what's like, you know, known is that like Habesha women are mostly the ones who are sought after, even by non-Habesha people. So we feel like, you know, we can flex that a little bit, you know, be like, yeah, I'm gonna get myself. I got the keys already. I'm already in the house, okay?
I'm the owner of the house now. Exactly. Damn, not us comparing her to a house. Hanan, I am so sorry.
It's just which door do I want to? No, I'm playing. I'm joking. Okay, look at me. I'm joking.
You're about
to
get us canceled
I'm
real
joking,
quick.
I'm joking. Okay, let's see what the next question was.
Yeah, let's just fast forward.
But like even just speaking with my friends, like for example, one person that's Bengali trying to marry a Pakistani, which to me the cultures seem very similar.
Yeah.
They're like, no, they have to be Bengali. Like,
That's
it.
But think about it. That's like us getting with another East African.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, but exactly. But like, I feel like our parents would be more accepting to like another East African than.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Actually, would they be more open? Because at that point they're like, you know, you're already close enough. Why not just?
I think they would.
Would they be?
I think because for our parents, like the number one thing is always going to be, are they Muslim? The second thing is like, how do we communicate with their family? Like, do we know someone that can? Because for Harari people, and you can go back to our video that we had with our friend Hassan about like just the overall like how to get married according to like Harari culture.
Yeah.
There's a really strong like vetting process that happens. You know, like. Where like, you know, you say you want to get married to someone and then your parents are like, okay, who's their family? Who can we ask that knows them? Mutuals. And because the Harari culture or the Harari community is so tight knit globally across the world, like you're always going to know someone who knows someone who knows someone,
yeah.
You know? So I think the parents' fear is like, if you marry outside of the Harari culture, there's like that disconnect of like, well, how are we supposed to vet them now? Because we don't know someone who knows them. If they're East African and they're from the same city, like sometimes you can find like,
same city? Yeah, sure.
If they're from a different city, good luck. You just have to
I was
trust.
thinking more like tribal relations there kind of thing, right? Like
what?
Like if there's, let's say there's like, what's the like there's you have an Amhara and like Oromo person, or what's one that's like really high tensions. This might be very political right now.
Like
someone from like the Tigray to Oromo region, right? You know, when you have those, there might be some tensions there with families, you know. But like, I feel like a lot of that stuff isn't really transferred abroad, so that might not be as much of an issue.
Unless they're like super patriotic. And, like,
yeah, which can happen, but that's an interesting thing to think about as well, right? Like, even within the country, it might be worse sometimes because of like tribal relations, or would it be tribal? Not tribal, but ethnic relations. Sorry, not tribal. I meant to say ethnic the whole time. Yeah.
Got it.
Like, our generation like barely knows the language, like we do, sort of. It's but like after us, like I don't know, like within one generation,
kids, like how strong will they be in learning your language? Like, will your kids really know?
But I expect my kids to speak Gaysinan.
Period.
But like for example,
you have to be strong in your culture to teach your children.
But that goes back to marrying someone in your culture.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, hold on.
Someone outside.
Now I'm switching up. And now I'm like, that goes back to marrying someone in your culture. You can still teach your kids your culture and marry someone who's outside of that. I changed my mind on that point.
What on like the language issue?
Yeah, like here I was basically trying to like prove the point that you need to marry someone within your culture to teach your kids that.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that.
Actually, I have seen it. Like, I have a couple cousins who married of a different ethnicity, but like different continent completely, right?
Yeah.
So they're dealing with like 3 to 4 languages now, right?
Yeah.
Right, they're dealing with like English and then
whatever other country.
Yeah, whatever other country. I know there's one family where like they put their kids into French school, so they're learning English, French, Harari, and Arabic.
Yeah.
Well, not one cousin, but a certain family where like they put their kids into French school, and like one parent, even though they're both technically Harari, like one of them knew more Arabic, so like they're learning 4 different languages, right? So things like that come up but when they're at that age, honestly, like learning languages like that, like usually you can leave English to just them going in the streets and interacting with friends. They might have a little bit, you know, of an issue with that, but eventually they'll get used. They'll learn it.
They may or may not have an accent.
Exactly, that's what I was trying to lead to.
This guy
How do I
over
have an
here.
accent we're talking about? But the sad thing is that like I don't have an accent anymore.
Not anymore.
I used to as a kid, but the thing is that I didn't get the benefits of that, which is actually like 100% knowing the language, because I just lost the language over time.
But you understand it.
Yeah, I understand it to a point. Like, we had a meeting the other day. You know, certain words I was like...
At one point, like, I look over at Amir, I'm like, do you understand?
I'm like concentrating.
Do you know when you left the room to get us waters?
Yeah.
They all looked at me, they're like, Sara, do you understand? I'm like... Yeah, like I understand it pretty fluently.
Yeah.
There's like maybe 3 words that you said and I have no idea what they mean.
For me, it's like 10.
And they were like, what about Amir? Like, should we switch it up? I was like, he understands. If he doesn't, he'll just message me and be like, well, what the F did they just say?
Yeah, for real. I tried picking up a context. Like,
yeah,
I understood. If I understood like 7 out of the 15 words said, I'll like put it together in my mind. Because it can't get that bad.
So how do you guys feel about marrying or being with someone that's younger than you?
I mean, it's not my cup of tea, per se.
Yeah.
Okay, the way I see it, you can be friends with so many people from different ages, and I feel like it's the same thing with relationships. Like, you can meet somebody and have a connection with someone who's like a year or 2 younger than you. Like, it's not going to be that much of a...
I mean,
like,
it's your preference, fine.
Huh?
It's your preference at the end of the day.
I feel like it matters more where they are in their lives.
Exactly. I feel like the older you get, the smaller the gap becomes. Like, if someone's 2 years younger than you, but you're like 30 and the person's like 28, like there's really not much. But if it's something like, if you're I don't know.
I just feel like what I feel like is that for girls specifically, like it's a gender thing.
Yeah,
for girls, like it's always people always look to someone their age or someone older. But for guys, how do you guys get with an always? Guys, I feel like do go for older girls.
They'll go for older girls or younger girls. Like, it's easier for guys to do that. But it's the stigma. Like, people are like, ooh, this girl's like a cougar. Like, this girl's going for younger.
Well, it depends on how many years that she's older.
That's true too.
And it depends on the maturity level too, I feel like. Like, if this person, like, for example, you didn't know their age before you guys started talking, like maybe that just never got brought up the first couple conversations, and like they seem like a very mature person, whatever, and then they say their age, I feel like it would throw me off, and I'd be like, whoa. Yeah. Right? Like that. If you think of it in that sense, then that kind of tells you how you feel about it. You know?
I'm definitely. It bothers me.
I feel like it would bother me.
I feel like there's an extent, like a year you can probably work.
A year, yeah, you can work.
Once you're getting into 3-4, then you're like,
okay, I think we get the gist of what. Okay. So the age thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think my thing that I've said before is that like, well, now that I'm married, I think it oh, you good?
Yeah, I was pushing.
Oh shit! For a second, it looked like you're about to faint.
No.
Okay.
I'm trying out a new underpiece, by the way. I think that's why I'm hot.
Yeah.
It's literally a wig cap.
Oh yeah, that was a new trick, right?
Yeah.
For all the hijabis out there.
Amir's wife was telling me about this because I was like, how? Total like digression, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Like I was like, how does your hijab stay in place? Because I always use fashion tape, but like when you're wearing modal, it kind of ruins it sometimes. And she's like, oh girl, I use a wig cap. I said, excusez-moi? Wig cap? So yeah, Amazon is growing on me. Okay. It's hot though. I'm really hot.
Yeah, maybe it might be more of a winter thing.
That's what I was thinking, low key. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, anyways, go back to what you're saying. Sorry.
Now that I know Sara's not dying. So the age thing, well, now that I'm here, I think it's clear that I didn't really care.
Did you ever care?
For me, I always did like look. Actually, no. Honestly, it was always within like a couple years of me. There were times where I kind of went out of that range, but only if the person like seemed more mature than, or like they seemed like they had a good head on their shoulders or whatever. But for the most part, it was always within my age range. But that was also because of the people I hung around, right?
Yeah.
Normally, when you're interacting or when you're hanging out with a group around your age, like you're gonna naturally, see people who are around your age, right? Mm-hmm. But it was never a big deal for me when it came to age. I didn't care, and clearly, my wife. Do they already know that she's like slightly older? Not even significantly older than me.
It's like a couple months.
A little more than a couple months.
Okay, like almost a year.
Yeah, exactly. But that wasn't really like a big deal breaker for me when I initially heard it or met her. And like I feel like Aisha said, that your age does make a difference. Like if now that I was like 30 at the time, that window definitely becomes a lot smaller. And I did have a cutoff, I think I said at one point, where it was like anyone who's born in the 90s is game kind of thing, right?
And anyone in the 2000s is not?
Yeah, exactly. Because then it's just weird to be like, yeah, my wife was born in the year 2000 and whatever.
Yeah.
Even though now, if you're like born in 2000, year 2000, technically you'd be 25 now. What?
25 versus 32.
Yeah, even that gap can be a little tricky.
I was 24 there, I think.
What?
I think I was 24 there.
Yeah, see, when I see you guys here, I think of like kids, right? Like you guys don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no,
well, you kind of do, but like you're doing well, but like
yeah.
But this is someone who is fully mature. Like you've already been through university. Like you're all almost working full-time jobs at this point, or at least looking for them.
This was like right before we all graduated.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 2017.
I guess, yeah, okay, yeah. So at this point, you guys have kind of gone through everything that takes to become mature outside of like, getting your own place and having to pay all these bills. Like you might have been paying 1 or 2 bills at that time.
But, I don't even think I was paying any bills.
See? You might weren't paying your phone bill.
Maybe I was. My phone, I don't know. I can't remember.
Mm-hmm. But ultimately, yeah, age didn't really make a huge difference to me. Like maybe in a few years, like let's say I was 36 or 37, but I still wanted to have a family, then I would look maybe more like that range would actually increase. So that's the tricky thing. That's the funny thing is that like the range decreases as you get to a certain age, like around 30, and then it increases the older you get. You'll be like 37, 38. And at that point, you're thinking, okay, I still want like a family. Like, let's say I want 2 or 3 kids. And you start doing the math in your head. You're like, okay, usually what are the ages that women can still have kids? Okay, it'll be like this range. And then you start looking around that range. Or some might even go later. They might be like looking for someone who's 29 or 28 when they're 37, which is still a huge gap. But by 28, 29, even 30, like, I feel like everyone is fully mature or mostly mature at that point.
But I'm thinking like when I was 21 and I thought of someone who was, which is crazy, but when I was 21 and I thought of someone who was 30, I'm like, 30?
See?
You're 30? Like, we're in different lifetimes, bro. Or like just different generations.
Yeah, which is why I think the age gap increases as you get older. Because you can be, for men, it's different. I'm giving this all from a man's perspective because as men, like, first off, if you're someone who wants to have a family or have kids, like, you know, we kind of like lucked out where we kind of have kids whenever we want.
But I feel like with like the technological advancements, you can have kids later. Sorry.
And there is a whole ethical question of like, if you are 45, 46, like as a man, even if you can, should you be having kids? Because like they should be able to, you know, grow up with a father who's able to you know, be with it, play with them, chase after them, that kind of thing. Right? Like those are almost like not grandpa ages, but like, you know, at that point, if you had a kid at 23, 24, like, you know, the old generation, they had kids younger, whatever, you would have a 21-year-old, 22-year-old who might actually be going out there looking for start a family as well, depending on where you are in the world, because, you know, the ranges change. We of course we're a little bit late to the game, but in other places in the world, people are already, even in America, people are already having kids and like having families by the age of like 21, 22.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say we're late to the game. We're exactly
not late to the game, but like,
but I get what you meant.
Culturally or societal wise, whatever. Actually, no. In society, it changes depending on where you are as well.
Yeah.
I feel like in more urban societies, like people usually get married later in life, but in more rural societies, they get married earlier in life.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of factors that come into play when it comes to the age at which you where you're looking for a partner, and like what age that your partner has to be, and it changes depending on whether you're a man or a woman. So I give it from the man's perspective, but you can give it from the woman's perspective.
Okay, I already know what my answer is. I actually remember my mentality at that time was always to get with someone my age or max 2 years older, which is such a weird, like, I did not even look in the direction. Like, I remember having the mentality of, like, if I ever met someone back then.
Wait, did you say max 2 years older?
Yeah.
At that age?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I used to always, when I met people that were like a year younger than me, I'd be like, oh my God, you're a baby. And I'm like cringing because really we're the same. I was born at the end of 1992. I'm basically a 93 baby.
Yeah.
So really, like, not me over dramatizing someone born 3 months after me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But later in the year, later on in life, my experiences have shifted my perception. Did I end up getting engaged to somebody who was younger than me? Yeah. And I got humbled real quick.
Yeah.
And I realized, like, age truly is nothing but a number. And it really is all about maturity and like where you're at in life, you know? So now my mentality comes down to like, how mature are you? Granted, I'm probably not gonna go for someone who's like in their 20s.
Yeah.
Now. So I think my age range is still, I'm 32.
You know, it's not that far from your.
So like, if I was like, Amir,
when you say 20s, like have a late 20s, does it just feel wrong saying 20 before the number?
Like, this is my man Amir, he's 28.
Yeah. You
would be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, whatever. Okay. Well, the thing is that like I never would even ask for the age.
Yeah,
anyways,
I know.
Right?
I know.
I would just assume, okay, they are they mature? Like I would go off of how they act versus like what their number. Like you just said, age is just a number, so I'd just be like, okay, how do they act? Do they get our references?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's actually. Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
I was gonna say I was seeing. You know how GQ makes those like couples videos. There's one where it was a basketball player and an Instagram influencer. She's like in her 40s.
Oh.
But she's one of those ones that like gotten a lot of surgery. She like looks a lot younger, and she goes after like younger basketball players.
Interesting.
And she straight up got into a relationship with this dude, and they have one of those like cute like relationship videos where they talk about not references, but like things they know about each other. And it came up that like Beyonce being in Destiny's Child, and he's like, Beyonce was in a band, like it was in a group.
What?
Yeah.
How old is this guy?
He's like 22, 23, something like that.
And she's 40?
Yeah, she's like in her early 40s. But it's like if it gets to that, if it gets down to that where they don't even know, I don't know why that's the scale, but they don't even know, like, I don't know, Beyonce was in Destiny's Child, or what's another reference?
Like they didn't watch the same cartoons as us growing up.
Yeah, like let's say they didn't know, what's another reference that we can give that would be like,
if they don't watch Arthur but they watch Blippi, bye. Actually,
yeah,
Blippi's
if they
like
don't know,
that's like toddler.
if they don't know who Arthur is, but I feel like Arthur might have made it into the newer generation because of memes.
Oh, yeah,
right?
You're right.
Yeah.
If someone doesn't know that Miley Cyrus was Hannah Montana,
that could be one too. Yeah, they didn't know that Miley Cyrus had a whole show where she was Hannah Montana, or like when someone mentions Hannah Montana, they don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Like at that point, it's like, what are you doing with your life? Should you guys, if you can't even like relate on those kind of things, that's where it really comes into play.
But like, that's subjective because pop culture. Like, what if they just never watched TV growing up? I don't know. But they were still born in the 90s.
But I feel like that's like a universal thing. No.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong.
If you didn't have,
I could be wrong. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying, okay, that's one thing that would be a good gauge.
if you didn't have the Scholastic Book Fair in your school.
Oh yeah, that could be. Do they still have those? I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't know. Is anyone like in public school? Like,
I don't think.
What do you call it? Elementary school? Probably not.
Yeah.
You're too young for this podcast.
Mm-hmm. We can ask those cousins.
Oh yeah, well,
my cousins technically.
But they're our cousins, but they're like in
they're
university.
only a couple years out of it.
No, but yeah, it's possible that it probably stopped now.
I'm gonna ask them.
Yeah, we can ask them.
Oh, but that was in elementary school, so that was even 5 years earlier.
Yeah,
I'm sure they still have them somewhere around. If they do, if they still have Scholastic Book Fairs, and let's say whenever like 5 years when you have like a 4-year-old or whatever. When do kids go to school? 4 years old?
4, yeah.
4 years old. Would you be that parent who's like, I'm buying you everything you want?
Yes.
From this book fair?
Bro, do you know how excited I used to be for a Scholastic Book Fair?
And not being able to get nothing?
No, I've gotten a few things.
Did you get things?
I would beg.
Yeah, parents would love you.
No.
My parents love me too, okay?
No, but it was like once a year.
Yeah.
I think the fair was only once a year too, but I would like really have to justify why I needed it.
Yeah.
You know that half the shit I got was like random, like very, very random. I think.
And you'd always get like a pencil with like those giant erasers that had like pictures on them or whatever.
Yep. Like the pencils that have those. It's like the white thing that you replace every time it loses its sharpness.
Oh, we love those. That was such a waste of like just resources. If you think about all the plastic that went into that.
Yeah.
But I was one of those kids. My hustle was that I would work for the Scholastic Book Fair.
How?
Like I would help them set up. I know they let us because I technically worked in the library. Like I would help like put books back. So whenever the Scholastic Book Fair came through, I would be helping them set it up. And if I helped them set up, I would get like 2 or 3 free things.
Really?
Yeah.
Yo, life hack.
For real though.
Life hack.
So I have to hustle out here, okay? Unfortunately, I wasn't as privileged as others in here. I'm just saying, okay?
That's where I got my Britney Spears diary from. Do you remember the Britney Spears diary?
I remember. Is the one with the pink cover? She's like
it's
wearing
like purple.
Pink top.
Yeah, and it has a lock on it. I still have that diary. Maybe one day. Actually, I'll never read it on the podcast.
Well, I'm not buying. I wanted to say I'm not buying my kids nothing from there. I'm gonna make them hustle too.
You know what? I'm gonna be the cool aunt that they text me like, Amir Sara, my mom and dad aren't buying.
If you're willing to take on that job, sure.
I'll be like, here's a 20 little one. Go buy yourself
20.
Something nice. I don't know how much are
$5 max. Oh, actually, maybe inflation has played a part.
I feel like, weren't they expensive?
I know that they were pricey, but I want to see what the actual prices were. Because, like, compared to what they are now, there's probably, like, $2, $3, something like that.
And our parents wouldn't spare us $2?
You know, inflation's a big thing. I'm just saying.
I guess.
But yeah, we're getting distracted here.
Yeah. All in all, back then, I was pretty strict with my boundaries of age. Now, I think I'm a little bit more lenient. It's all about maturity at the end of the day. If we're in the same place in life, then, I'll consider you.
Yeah, basically. And I've already gotten married, so...
maturity level is there. And I mean, I'm a lot, maybe 1-2 years slide.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though.
I don't know.
I feel
It's about maturity.
it's about maturity, but in general, like I don't want to be like pointing fingers, but I feel like in general, guys mature slower anyway.
That's true.
So if you get with a guy, say for example, 2 years younger than you, when you're hitting like when you're like 26 plus, and say he's like 24, 23. He's gonna have the mentality of like an 18-year-old guy.
Yo,
I don't want to generalize it in general though.
that's crazy.
That's what you thought about us?
That's crazy.
You thought that we aged 5 years slower
Yeah,
than we really were?
I had no scientific fact, like no basis. I don't even know where I got that.
I feel like by the age of 18, though I acted somewhat immature, okay, I developed skills. Well, maybe not 18, 20. By 20, I was going back to school. I had a job. I had a job since I was like 16, and I was paying like for my own phone bill. I was getting close to. I didn't cook all my own food. Yeah, I don't think I cooked all my food yet at that point. But like I was getting there.
Amir, everything you just listed is like you learned a sense of responsibility.
Yeah.
Responsibility doesn't equate maturity.
Does it not? Like what you do with that responsibility?
To an extent.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like emotional maturity, you know what I mean? Like that's a big one. If your EQ is trash.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. I didn't really develop that until I was like 30. Or like 29. Whenever COVID started.
Yeah, 27.
Yeah, let's say 27.
That's when it was. But you know what it is? Like obviously everyone goes through different like experiences in life, and so your experiences help shape your outlook on life, your maturity, your responsibility, whatever, you know. And so at the time, obviously my experiences in life were very limited. Okay, I was very sheltered. Now, from the hundreds of people that I've met between then and now, you can see the difference between people who have lived a more sheltered life, maybe have a limited outlook on life, versus someone who has like, you know, that's just what was willed for them. And, you know, as they say, like the cards that they've been dealt, right? So like for some people that have maybe had a tougher upbringing or just like had to hustle more or has just gone through like different experiences in life at an early age, it has sometimes forced them to grow up a lot faster than their peers. Yeah. And so they're like, you know, sometimes like you'll look at certain people and you're like, wow, you're really wise beyond, like you act like you're in your mid 50s and you're 25, like that type of thing. So like you were responsible for sure. You learned the art of being responsible at a very young age, but it's like the emotional maturity. And even myself, like I'm thinking back then, I was not emotionally mature. I thought I was. Yeah. But now
clearly,
looking back,
well, now, man, it's okay. You were 18 as well, mentally. Just saying.
That's crazy. I can't believe I said that.
You're telling me a guy that's 2+ years younger than you, you're gonna have the same maturity level as him?
Some men mature differently. It depends on where he is in life.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
it depends on where his mindset is. You know what I mean? Some people are.
That's why she's saying the older you get, the smaller the gap becomes. If he's like 30 and you're 32,
imagine like you're a university graduate, whatever. Yeah. And this person's still like second year of university.
Buddy, no way.
Like if you're waiting a while, like I know some people are like you can get married in university, whatever, but
if you're both
for me personally, I couldn't do it.
No, if you're like in 3rd year and he's in 1st year, I could let that slide.
Really?
No, just think about it. It's better than her being a working woman and then the guy just entered her 1st year university. Like she's like looking to like build her career.
Think about the long term.
He's just thinking about his.
But like so many. No. Because imagine the person you were in 1st year, 2nd year. The person you are when you graduate. Completely different. You have a different mindset. No. You're already mature.
See, Iman was trying to be reasonable here.
Iman said 4+ years was fine for me back then. What did she say?
We're not doing that sugar. This is some sugar mama. We're not doing no sugar. No.
I don't know. All this stuff, the stuff you guys are saying right now is true. Because that is the thing, that the aspect that like culturally or like traditionally that we're thinking of or that we're coming from is that like men are usually the providers.
That's where the whole like go for an older guy like that ideology comes from, is like a guy who's typically older is more advanced in life, as in he's already went through school. If he did school, he's already working. He already has like he's financially established. Yeah. And so wherever you are in life, like you meet him where he's at, type of thing. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that's probably why. When she said like the whole 4+ years or this whole argument right now, because you guys are also thinking about like being provider and all that stuff too. I feel like that's what you guys are thinking about.
But Iman's argument in the purple, for those that don't know her, Iman's argument in the purple. So she was saying like it's okay for the woman to be the sugar mama for the first couple of years and like you'll just mature together. Yeah. But my argument was like if a guy's already younger than you, he's not gonna be usually he's not gonna be at the same maturity level. You know, like if you're already working. You know, there's generally there's outliers, of course, but I'm saying like from the sense of I'm thinking myself at the stage that I'm at now and my maturity level versus someone who's like 25. If I was to talk to a guy who was 25, he might still be think of yourself at 25. Yeah. You might still be of the mindset of like I'm young, I can do whatever I want, like I'm not looking to settle down. Yeah. So like he might be responsible, he might have a job, he might have this and that.
Yeah, definitely.
But maybe his emotional maturity, he's not actually ready to be in a committed long-term relationship.
Especially for us, because like our parents want us to be 100.
Yeah, but like I'm saying,
academically, financially, and then like worry about the man.
Yeah. But I'm saying like in terms of the pressure of marriage, not like being like for them. I feel like in our community, marriage is always seen as like what's the word, like an accomplishment.
It's like the epitome of success,
but I feel like it's not an accomplishment. It's just it's just a next stage in your life. It's not. It's just a challenge. Exactly. Yeah, like not everyone has like marriage.
You don't think marriage is an accomplishment?
I think the way that I was thinking back then was that like it is an accomplishment and it's sunnah. Like marriage is a very beautiful thing and everyone should strive for it. You know, inshallah, may Allah grant all of you that are listening that. What I meant was that the same way that you think of like graduating, getting a job, getting married, having kids graduating, kids getting a job, getting it's like they are stages in life that you go through. The same way that you go through puberty, the same way that like, you know, these things. And so I think the way that I was thinking about it was like some people view marriage as like the end all be all. Like if you get married, like Hanan said, the epitome of success. Like wow, you've made it in life. And like you know, a marriage is an accomplishment to an extent.
It's literally celebrated with hundreds of people. So.
Absolutely. And I do think it's an accomplishment, but it's not like it's a part of life. I wouldn't say it's like the epitome of success. But then again, what you define as success is relative to you.
Yeah. For the people who don't want to get married or like choose to do something else with their life, like to say that this is just another step in life.
I'm not trying to minimize it, but I'm saying like
no, I'm not minimizing it, but like what I'm saying is like marriage is not for everyone. So maybe it's seen as an accomplishment because like not everyone will get to go through it, and like the fact that you were able to do it at whatever stage in life that you're currently in is like an accomplishment in itself. Yeah. Because if it was something that everyone went through, like no matter what, like you said, like puberty, whatever, then I feel like it wouldn't be at something that's as celebrated because it's expected. Right? That's why it's an accomplishment, because it is expected, but not everyone will get it. So when you do get it, it seems like an accomplishment. Does that make sense? Yeah, that's why it's so celebrated. It is a stage, but it is also an accomplishment because it's not a stage that everyone goes through. Does that make sense? Yeah. Hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah. I get that.
Because because then like there are people who go through other stages in life. Yeah. Or people just stay on a certain stage and coast for the rest of their life like that.
But if that's what they want, then that's what they want. Exactly. Right? Like I get that. I think like it was also the mentality of like, okay, you get married and like that's your new stage in life. It's an accomplishment, but is that now your new identity? Like your whole identity is like, I'm married. Like your identity is a married person, but it's like you don't want to limit yourself to just that.
It's not your identity for sure. It's just something it's like you said, it's like an accomplishment in your life. Like if you graduate in school, that's an accomplishment. Because technically it's another stage, because once you graduate, you get a job using that whatever degree, hopefully that you got, that you did. So like, but you're not now like sad at the graduate.
Yeah.
Right? It's just another accomplishment in your life. And it takes you to another stage in life. Because I feel like there are multiple stages you're standing on in life. Whether it be like the career stage, and then there's like the life stage, or like the relationship stage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you're trying to say.
Right? And then if you have like some extracurricular activities, like if you're into a sport or something, like there's stages in that as well. So there are different stages depending on what you're doing in life. It's not like one big stage. The parents can, not all, but people, our community can make it seem like that's the only stage that matters.
But
that's maybe the big thing. That's maybe what we're trying to get to. Yeah. They're trying to make it seem like the only stage you should be focusing on right now is this whole marriage stage process or life thing that you're doing.
It also could be like a generational thing, because if you think about our parents who are all immigrants, well, like our parents I'm talking about, for them, they were raised in Ethiopia, where for them, like their purpose in life outside of course, like being a Muslim is to get married and procreate, right? So like that's why it's like, well, like you have to go through these things. But obviously when they came here and they had kids here, they're thinking, okay, I want my child to have a better opportunity than I did. And in order to succeed in these countries that we're in, you have to go to school. You have to, get a degree in certain fields in order to get a good paying job, for example. And so then the idea of like go graduate and become doctor, engineer, lawyer, whatever, and then you can get married type of thing.
Yeah, that's the thing about going from where they came from to here, like in the Western world. Like you can be more multifaceted. Before there's like, you got a job, had made a family, and that was pretty much it. That was like, there were other people who were changing that. Yeah. But it was less of, there weren't as many examples for them. Yeah. So it seemed like there was only one option, or like one direction, or one path that you can go down. But now there's like a million paths or thousands of paths that you can go down.
For sure.
But they're still thinking about that one path. And it makes it seem like if you're veering off from that path, that like you're doing something wrong. Yeah. So it's interesting,
How do you feel about like meeting someone online?
How do you feel about meeting someone online? In case you guys didn't hear that.
Yeah. Like sliding the DM.
Okay. Well, first of all, like we are in the social media age. We are in the digital age.
We is.
So.
Hold on, I got a question for you though.
What's your question?
My question is, okay, you acknowledge that we're in the social media age.
Yes.
If a
gentleman,
like a 6 type of guy, a 6 at 10.
Who's a 6 out of 10
guy? Oh, I mean 6 out of 10 guy hits you up in the DM like, hey,
and you have no idea.
Not using red pill slang.
I mean, it's Instagram. It doesn't really show you your mutual.
Yeah, it does. Like it says followed by.
Followed by.
Listen, trust me, I researched all of that. It shows. All right. Okay, let's just say he knew some friend from like another city that you don't really know that well, but like you kind of met here and there, but you follow each other. So he has like 1-2 mutual friends. Okay. He hits you up. He's like, hey, I think you're so pretty. You look like you could be fun.
Ooh.
You look like you could be fun.
Could be fun. What you mean by that?
This is so ugly. Look at how triggered they got.
I mean, he clearly judged you by your social profile. He hits you up. He's like, you cool. I want to get to know you. Would you give him a chance, or would you just be like, bye, and not even open the message?
I wouldn't open the message.
Okay, I open the message.
It depends. If he starts like, hey, sweetie, you're beautiful.
No.
What did you say?
It comes about it in a less creepy way, being like, what does he have to say for you to open the message?
No, okay.
This is the rule of thumb. If a random guy DMs you, if there's no mutual friends, you can't even lie. You won't even look twice.
No. Yeah.
If he has like 32 mutual friends, you'd be like, okay, I might know this person. Yeah. And then you like do your little investigating.
He just wants to be friends.
And you might follow back if he follows you.
Why would you want to be friends?
No, okay. It's just my point.
He doesn't have enough friends.
You might be like interested to know who he is, but it really that message better be smooth.
Yes.
You
have
to have game.
What type of game? Please tell me.
Like, it's not like, hey, what's up? You beautiful. Nah.
Okay.
You have to be like,
something that's gonna.
If he caught your eye, you said something funny.
Yeah.
But like it was low key cheesy, but it was funny. So would you build a relationship just solely online?
No.
Oh, but I have a question.
Really? You wouldn't?
No. I need to meet you once. If the chemistry online don't match the chemistry in person, that's a problem.
But what if you guys have just been friends for like 6 months, whatever? You're obviously gonna catch feelings, even if you've never met.
But to the social media, you can like.
I might catch feelings, but I won't take it to the next step without meeting you in person.
Yeah.
That's an interesting point.
Okay.
She said I won't take it to the next step without meeting in person.
So this is the one thing I noticed that you guys were talking about here mainly is like hitting the DMs. Not even like social media. Were social media apps or Muslim dating apps even a thing yet?
I don't think so.
In 2017, I don't think there was a market for it like that at that point. That's why you guys are not even like mentioning it.
Yeah, because we didn't use them.
Mm-hmm. Because you guys are talking about like DMs and all this stuff. So
this is pre-TikTok. Like this is just Instagram.
Mm-hmm. So would you say your opinion's the same? Like if someone hits you in DMs, depending on how many mutuals you guys have, that's what you're gonna be. That's where you're gonna gauge on whether you reply or not.
Oh, my perception, my like where my head is at now is very different because for the purpose of the podcast, I look at my DMs more often. Mm-hmm. But for everyone who thinks that my DMs are flooded with men, no, it's mostly girls. Yeah. I love the girls though. But before Amir got married, half the time it was like, is Amir single? Oh my God. Set me up with Amir.
I'm sorry, yeah. But I mean, like, I'm sorry to you technically.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah. Don't worry. I scouted them through, and a lot of us ended up becoming friends now. But I think, yeah, it's harder to just like, and I commend every guy who has ever sent a DM. I know that rejection is tough. Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong, okay? And if you went out of your way to send someone a DM to compliment them or whatever, fine. What I feel like I don't respond to is like, it's one thing to like respond to a story and spark a conversation, okay? Yeah. But if you're just like cold DM, not responding to a story, and it's just like hi. Yeah. First of all, Instagram has changed the way that the DMs work, where it's like
it hides people that you don't even follow.
There's like requests, and then there's hidden requests. Yeah. And the hidden requests you don't get a notification for. Yeah. So there have been times where people have sent me a DM and I saw it like months later and I'm like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing. Yeah. And it'd be people I knew, but like maybe just didn't see that they followed me. Yeah. And so I never got the notification. Mm-hmm. Now, even if a guy, if we had a lot of mutuals, chances are we either have crossed paths in person or we've seen each other online. Like maybe we knew of each other. I don't take the DMs as seriously anymore. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It doesn't like, it's not like if someone, even if it was a guy sent me a DM, I wouldn't be like, oh my God, sent me a DM.
Do you feel that's because like at that point in 2017, just Instagram, specifically just Instagram itself was very different than it is now. Yeah. Like I feel like this is pre-algorithm and all those things. So it did feel a lot more local and in a
personal,
way. And personal.
Yeah.
You might have just like the people you were getting on your timeline were only people you knew for the most part.
Yeah.
And totally. So like if someone ended up messaging you, the likelihood of that person being more local to you or being someone who's has more mutuals to you is like higher. So, but now I feel like because it's so random, like your posts can go anywhere. Now that we have a podcast and stuff, anyone can see your stuff. It feels like you can get a message from anywhere in the world, technically. Yeah. So you're less likely to even give your DMs a chance or like even look into them.
I look at them. Mm-hmm. I look at them.
But not as like for like looking for a relationship or something like that. I don't think you're ever looking for a relationship even back then. Yeah. But like is even to even like contemplate it. Unless it's like someone you know.
Yeah, like it depends on the message. If someone just sends me a message that says hi, I'm probably not gonna like sorry.
So then you're the same here.
No, because if it's just hi and nothing else.
No, but you guys were saying here like it has to like be something.
Yeah, if you want a response from me, like ask me a question. I don't know. But like, what camera do you actually I've been asked that. What camera do you use? And I respond to those because like if you genuinely want advice or like you're asking about the podcast, I'm going to respond to you. But if you're just saying hi only, like okay, cool, hi. But I'm not gonna what's the point? I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah. So would you say your opinion has changed from then? Not as much?
No, I feel like it's the same.
Honestly, what I'm seeing is that, like, for the most part, maybe you're more nuanced now, but like the opinions haven't changed too much.
Yeah, I think now I view it in a way where it's like, I don't know if nuanced is the right way to look at it. I think my understanding overall is just a bit more my comprehension is more expansive now. So it's like back then I would take a DM a lot more seriously. Now it's not that serious, even if it was someone that I knew or knew of or whatever.
Yeah,
if they send me a DM, I'm like, okay, whatever. Like,
yeah.
Now, because I think a lot of people have that same idea that DMs are not that serious. So even if a guy was to DM me, I wouldn't automatically be like, oh my God, he's totally in love with me. Like, I don't view it in that way anymore.
But back then you'd be like, yo, sign the Nikah contract.
No, I just like, oh my God, guys, guess who DM'd me?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So our next topic is the wrong guys trying to holler.
Yes.
So some people be like, oh, you guys are so beautiful, you guys are this, that, where, you know, where are all the fellas?
Yeah.
Oh, they're there.
They are.
But they're not the right one.
Yeah.
So what do you guys feel about that?
We have standards. Like, we're not just gonna throw ourselves into a relationship because time is running out or whatever and you're trying to get married. Like, I've seen many relationships fall apart for that reason specifically. So
they like victimize themselves. They like, because they say like, oh, like it takes so much courage for a guy to like ask a girl out, and then if you guys are just gonna be bitches and like swear us every single time, like y'all are too stuck
I mean,
up,
you better come correct then.
No, but then they're gonna
you know what I mean?
I just feel like they're like, for girls who are pushing like the 25 plus, they'll be like, well, that's why you're single then.
No.
But you know what I mean? Like, I've gotten so many people that say don't be picky, have an open mind. Like,
we can be as picky as we want. If the end goal is being with this person for the rest of our lives, hell yeah, we're gonna be picky.
First of all, there's so many F boys, okay?
Yeah.
Come at you like,
Muslim.
Muslim.
There's a lot.
You know, we try to be better Muslims all the time, you know? And like, there's guys that are like, oh, send me a picture without your hijab on. Like, nobody wants that kind of guy. Like, you know?
We call those men waste.
You waste. Like, that's like the biggest thing for me. Like, if you don't want to get to know someone's inside before like getting to know what they look like physically, then bye. Like, you know, you're not the one for me.
Because sometimes girls are in their heads as well. They're like, you know, maybe people are right. Like, maybe I should just give these people a chance. And like, maybe they'll put themselves in that. And they put themselves in that position. Maybe they're in a relationship for a small amount of time, and they realize they're like, why am I setting my standards lower? Because everyone is telling me to stop being picky. And then things fall apart, and you're like, well, I should have just listened to myself in the first place.
Yeah, but I feel like, okay, so the original question was, what if like the wrong guy was trying to holler? But mainly, I think what they really mean is that like, what if it's like they don't fill all your checks, right? Basically,
they don't check all the boxes.
Yeah, they don't check all the boxes, and like people are saying, oh, you're being too picky in that situation.
Ooh, I got words.
Yeah, now that we're older and you know, we're still, at least one of us is still in the searching process. How has your opinion changed on that?
You know what? I feel like I've gotten even pickier now.
Really?
Yeah, because now that I know myself more, I really am like, yeah, I'm not going to make the decision to just marry like just anyone, because you can really see how a person can impact your well-being. Like, marrying the wrong person is such a disservice to yourself. Like, why put yourself through that stress? Like, if you are in a place of privilege where you were able to like go to therapy, or even if you just did the self-work without going to therapy, and you're just like in a place where you really are like the best version of yourself or working towards that, you're going to reach a point where you're like, no, I'm not just going to let anyone into my space and ruin all of the work and the progress that I've had. Like, it's just not worth it to me. Like, I would much rather stay single and happy than marry the wrong person and be unhappy for the rest of my life, let alone have to potentially have kids with that person. So you're bonded for a lot. Like, bro, hell no. Sorry, not doing that. So I feel like, you know, people that pressure you for marriage, like, it's easier said than done to just block out the noise. But at the end of the day, like, know yourself first, and that'll help you have a clearer picture of like what you're looking for or who you're looking for, and just be open. Like as you meet people, usually you'll be like, okay, like I like these qualities in this person, and I like you know, the more people that you talk to or like just get to know casually without like dating them, you get a better idea of what you want versus what you don't want, and then just make dua and hope for the best. I don't know.
But from when you filmed this to now, was there any time, because I feel like it's never like linear, was there a time where like maybe where you got closer, be like maybe they're right, and then got back to
man, I listen. Let me give you some big sister advice, okay? There were times where I said, this is not the person I'm looking for, but let me just give it a shot anyways, just to see. And it never worked out, ever. Every time that I tried it, it traumatized me more and more. And I was like, yeah, no, not doing that ever again. And I did it again and again until I finally learned my lesson. Yeah. And now I'm at a point where like it's just not worth me going outside the box. Like, this is what I want. And there's a guy standing over there, like, you're good over there. I don't gotta come to you, type of thing, you know?
So I guess that's advice for people who feel like they might fall into that pressure, because at this point I feel like you were pretty confident, but then, you know, people chip away at you eventually. The more they start pestering me, like, you know, you're getting up there, like you guys were mentioning. Yeah. It actually did, I guess, get to you.
Yeah, it definitely got to me.
You learn the hard way, unfortunately, that like, no, it actually doesn't work.
Yeah, because like, you know, when everyone in your circle, cousins, friends, and whatever, are getting married, like you're kind of sitting there and you're like, well, when is it my turn? And so people tell you like, oh, you need to be more open, and it's like, how much more? Like, what do you want me to do? Like, literally, sometimes people need to realize that this isn't fully in your control. Like, it's really gonna happen when it's meant to happen for you. And so there's no point in pressuring someone, because when you do pressure them, sometimes they end up giving like the wrong person a shot, and then they got to undo all that damage. Like, and you know, sometimes you can leave situations unscathed, and like, alhamdulillah for that. But then there are times where it's like this lasting damage that like it takes a lot of time to undo all of that. And your perception on like love and marriage gets changed, and you're like become cynical, you become jaded, and it's blocks you from potentially meeting the right person. Like, the right person might come along, and because you're so hurt from the last thing, you're like, no, not right now. And then you miss out on that opportunity, and it's just, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And if you're in a place where you want to find someone, just don't let the pressure get to you.
For sure. And that's another thing that, you know, going back to the whole difference between men and women, I feel like we didn't really have those pressures. Like, sure, they tell us to get married.
I feel like you got a little bit of pressure. You, like, people would make comments at you a lot.
Yeah, but there was never the whole thing of being, oh, you're being too picky. That was never a thing. And, you know, alhamdulillah, within our community, the women are raised to be very respectful. And I feel like, you know, unfortunately, there's not as much attention given to the men, clearly.
Who was it?
So
I was at a wedding.
Get a short and stick,
like maybe 2 weeks ago. And one of my aunts said something so funny that I genuinely was like, girl, no. She's like, as long as he has 2 eyes, 2 arms, 2 legs. Yeah. Just full
set of teeth. Well, maybe half a set of teeth.
She didn't even mention the teeth. She just said 2 eyes and 2 hands. And 2 legs. And I was like, yeah, inshallah, make dua for me. And she's like, I'm being serious. Like, girls, you guys are way too picky. And I was like, it's not that, but it's also like, I'm not buying a t-shirt that has a return policy, lady. Okay. Like,
this is a real decision.
This is a real life decision. Like, yeah, you know, worst case scenario, you could get a divorce, but I'm not getting married to get a divorce.
Yeah. And actually, funny enough, I'm thinking about it now, for the guys, it's kind of opposite, where when the parents are pressuring you or people are pressuring you, they're giving you the stipulation you should have. You should be a good Muslim woman, have a good job, you know, be very respectful towards you and listen to what you say. Like, they give you the things that you should be looking for, right? There are a lot of options on the men's side, like I was going back to what I said earlier, but I feel like it's harder on your side specifically.
Yeah, like, the other part of it too, and the reason why, like, I know I was listening to Luz Marto's podcast about their experience during Kuba and like the mix and mingle. But I think the other thing too is, especially when you're in like the 20s to 30s range, a lot more women are high income earners now than they were like 10-15 years ago, you know? And so for guys, like, one of the most important things for a man to feel ready for marriage is he has to feel financially stable. Yeah. If he doesn't feel financially stable, it's like he could have found the perfect woman, but it's like he's not going to proceed. He's not going to go forward until he feels that way. Why? Because men are conditioned to have that provider mindset. Like, that's just within their nature to be that like that. And not every guy has the mentality of like, okay, we'll build together. Some do, and it works out for them. But a lot of them are like, no, I need to be able to fulfill my obligations towards her. And if I can't do that, then why am I getting married type of thing.
We specifically talked about that on previous episodes. Yeah.
Exactly. And so because of the fact that a lot of women are higher income earners now, there's that other side of it where it's like, what if your wife or like the girl you want to get with makes more than you, for example? Are you now feeling emasculated and you're like, well, you make $5,000 more than me, so like, or whatever, maybe a bigger gap. Yeah. And so because of that, like, now the guy wants to get a new job and like, you know what I mean? So there's so many things or
there's
reasons.
That aspect of it for sure.
Yeah. And like for that, I wouldn't say that a man's being picky. I think he's just trying to cross his T's and dot his I's before making the decision.
Yeah. And like, it's getting worse these days because you know how the economy is. Like, it's
more
very
women
up and
are
down.
Educated.
Yeah, but not only education, but like just job wise, I feel like a lot of men, not people in general, like, it's harder to get a job these days. So like, I feel like purely because of that, the pool is naturally going to get smaller, right? Because those guys will continue to be more hard on themselves, and now that the pool is larger, it's going to be less of an option, and then it's a vicious cycle, unfortunately.
Which is why we go back to the whole, like, go for someone who's older than you because they would have already gone through these growing pains and are now probably established in their career. And so you're not really worrying about, like, is he financially stable or not? Yeah.
But that's it's definitely something that you guys have to deal with a lot more. But it happens on both ends. But I feel like, going back, when you said like it happens to us, I feel like the pressure is different. It's weird. It's like,
it is different.
Yeah, because for the guys, they don't talk about any clock, right? That's the main difference.
But if you're like if you're someone that's like known within your community, and to the moms and the aunties, like they see you as like a stand-up guy, and like you have a job and you're, you know, like good looking and you're respectful, they look at you like, why aren't you married yet? Like, you literally could get anyone. Like, why? What are you doing?
Yes. Like, what's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you? You have a limp or something?
Or is there something else going on? I don't know. I don't know if that's ever been a rumor.
Not in our community.
Yeah, I don't think so. Not in our community. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Oh, what happened? Why are you breaking our mics?
I don't know.
This girl.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have one more question, and I think we can do this all in one part. It's gonna be a lot of editing. I'm sorry, Hannah. I'm sorry this week. She just walked in. It's gonna be a lot of work this week. Technically, I have off tomorrow, so you know.
Edit it tomorrow.
Yeah,
it might take you long.
The last topic, which is probably like the most debated topic in like every group of friends, is personality versus looks. Yeah, personality. Yeah. What's more important to you guys? Or
personality. But here's the thing, however, looks have to play a factor. Yeah. Because you know what I mean? First impression is looks. Yeah. Let's be honest.
I don't know. For me, it's opposite.
Really? Looks?
No, I feel like personality first.
For first impression? Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant.
Because for me, I don't like.
That's true. I don't
go into things like, oh, this person looks attractive.
Like, I want to talk to him.
Yeah, first I go into I go into it as
No, I'm sorry. We'll have a conversation, but it's gonna end there. Like, hey, we can be friends, side all day.
But I go into things more as like friends first, and then your personality attracts me. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like I don't see like. I feel like you can grow to like someone's looks.
It's different for men.
You start to find them attractive.
Because men find it harder.
Men don't think with their head. That's why.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, that's a stereotype.
Wait,
not the one that kids.
What'd you say? We don't think with our head, huh?
You didn't let her finish the
Oh, my bad.
She was gonna finish it.
Yeah, harder.
Men don't think with their head. That's why.
Exactly. Well, I mean, that's
a stereotype.
but not the one that is kid.
I think they do seek that deeper connection. They look for the personality, but she gotta be sweet up.
Yeah, she gotta be a dime plus 99. But not everyone is down plus 99.
Don't worry, I'll link this episode in our description so you guys can go back and watch it because it's honestly so fun.
Is it still messing up?
Yeah, it's fine. I'll hold it.
I'm gonna fix it afterwards. Don't worry. Okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'll fix that. But yeah, so you know what? You for going through this video, you guys had some pretty mature statements. I felt like it'd be a little bit more wild, but you guys actually
we were unhinged with how we were presenting our ideas.
Yeah.
But I kind of agree with most of it.
Exactly, because everyone's lying to you if they say that looks don't play a part.
But for some people, they genuinely don't care.
There's no way those are the exceptions.
Yeah, they are the outliers in the world. I don't agree with that. That's just me though.
Well, you know, yeah, you feel like looks do play a part, right?
They do, but you know what's crazy? Have you ever been in a situation where someone might physically be attractive, but they have such a bad personality that you just don't like, that it makes them look uglier after? Because that's happened to me before.
I don't think, thankfully, I haven't had so many experiences with people with like a horrible. Actually, no, I have. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That can be a thing. Yeah. Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Like, and you know what's crazy is like I almost like gaslit myself in those scenarios. Like there would be someone where I was trying to convince myself that I liked them. Yeah. Because conventionally they're attractive, but like I really didn't like their personality. And when I would talk to my friends, like literally the girls in this video, they'd be like, "Why, Sara? He's so attractive." I'm like, "Yeah, but like, I can't even have a conversation with the guy. Like, I'm carrying the conversation, and I don't like that."
I feel like it's like a base level that everyone has of
For
like
what?
When it comes to the attractiveness of a person.
Yeah.
And then that's where, because like they said, in first impressions, right?
Yeah, like naturally, you see someone first before you speak to them.
Yeah,
and this isn't Love Is Blind, you know?
Yeah, and it's not like a universal attractive. Everybody's idea of what attractive is different.
Yeah, subjective.
Right? Yeah, so technically from other people's perspective, they could be like, "Oh, this person's like not, like, why are you dealing with this person?" But in your eyes, they're super attractive because of your first impression of them, right? And it could be like the environment that you saw them in, right?
That's true. You know, when you're on vacation, people look better than they do like when you're in your day-to-day life.
Because they're dressed to impress at that point.
There's that, but then there's also like there was this other theory of like having a work crush. Like if you were to just see them in the wild, you probably wouldn't find them attractive. Yeah. But it's the repetitive like exposure to them, seeing them every single day, like in the same environment. Like naturally, you're just like, well, I have to spend 8 hours with you every single day. So like, you know,
you start to see like the small things. You're like, oh, I kind of like that. Like it becomes a factor. But generally, it's like, I think the breakdown she gave is like 70-30. For everybody, it does have a different level of significance. For me, it wasn't like a huge thing. You know, alhamdulillah, I still got a beautiful wife. Right here. She
didn't even crack a smile.
Yeah, she's like, why?
Why such a serious face?
Yeah.
I didn't hear what he said.
What? You know why? Because she was so distracted by my looks. I said that looks were never like at the top of my list, right? Like it definitely played a factor. No.
But he said he lucked out because he still has a beautiful wife.
I lucked out. Still got a beautiful wife. Mashallah. Don't look at me like that. Still not crying. But yeah, it definitely did play a part though.
Yeah, no, I get that. And there could be situations where like you see someone and you're like, yeah, like they're not bad, but then you get to know them and their character is so beautiful that it beautifies their exterior. Yeah.
And also attractiveness is not only like looks, it's like
their character, how they carry themselves.
No, I mean, sorry, when it comes to physical things, it's like the things you find attractive that a person might be doing, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I guess so. Yeah, that is part of the character.
Yeah, like how they carry themselves. Like if someone is just like, I don't know, like polite to everyone that they meet, like that's an attractive quality.
Oh yeah, I guess
they're
that is
protective, or like, you know, they have consideration and thoughtfulness. Like those are attractive qualities, versus someone who's like arrogant or like, you know, a gaslighter. Like those are unattractive qualities. You know. Yeah.
But like, okay, let's say there's a guy who had the exact like face that you're looking for and the height that you're looking for, but had like no muscle mass. He didn't work out at all or had no muscle mass.
That, you know what?
Yeah.
That's not a permanent thing. We could work out together.
Hey, you're trying to change the man here.
I'm not trying
I'm
to
just
change
saying,
him.
Okay.
I'm just saying from the standpoint of like, honestly.
What?
Why are you trying to get me in trouble? The thing is like, if you find someone attractive, it doesn't matter what their physique looks like. You find them attractive, you find them attractive.
I guess so, yeah. You know? Everything plays a factor. Yeah, okay.
Like, if you're someone who likes muscles, then you go for someone with muscles. You can't go for someone who doesn't have that, whether they're on the bigger side or the smaller side, and be like, well, you have to work out. Like, go for, meet someone where they're at. Don't go for someone for their potential. Like, you can't look at someone and be like, I could change you. No. Maybe you could change a man's wardrobe, because let's be real. Unless they're a fashion blogger, y'all need some help. But when you're talking about the physical being of a person, don't try and change that person. Of course, naturally, when you are in a relationship, like you change, like you kind of you're bouncing off the energy of the other person, and so you kind of grow together anyways. It happens. But you shouldn't change like the essence of the person. If you don't like the person, stop trying to change them. That's not fair to them. Or
but how about if it's like something that's, let's say there's someone that you found attractive, and then you find out like they're smokers. They're a smoker afterwards. Like, you already attract them, but then the fact that you found out they're a smoker makes them unattractive to you. Yeah. But that's something that you can like change in that person, because you know it's better for their health anyways. And if they stop doing it, it will make you more attractive. So, I'm just saying it could be a factor that...
If they choose to stop smoking, absolutely. But I would never go into it to be like, I like you. Maybe I would say like, okay, for me, like a deal breaker is the fact that you smoke. If you want to give it up for your own benefit, then great, let's proceed. But if you want to continue smoking, ma salama.
So it can change though too. That's like something that can change. Like, someone can be attractive, but just one small thing that they do, which technically isn't playing into their character, because they can have a very good character, but the only thing they do is like smoke or whatever. Yeah,
it depends on what your like hard lines are.
Yeah, I guess so. Everybody's different. That's the thing we're trying to get down to. Everybody's different at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Right? And that's all. That's the lesson you should take away from this. Just go for what you find. Don't listen to anyone else, or like take advice.
Yeah, you can take the opinions.
You can take advice and opinions of the people who you feel like are have the knowledge and the wisdom to give you.
And have your best interest
and have your best interest at heart. But don't fall into like peer pressure. And you're a unique person. You have unique things that you're looking for. So just stick to that, and don't fall to any peer pressure or any outside pressure that you feel like is being pressed on you. But since that was the last question, and this has been going on for a while, I feel like that would be a good place to end the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to try and figure out how to edit all this together. Hopefully this was entertaining for y'all. If you liked it, let us know. Maybe we can find something else like this to do, or something similar to do in the future.
Yeah. Let us know like what your thoughts are on the different things that we discussed today.
And actually, we haven't done a Q&A in a while.
Oh.
So I feel like we should do that soon.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
Then maybe like now that we have these questions that we're answering here, like people have any other questions that kind of like are related to it.
Let's do one
or
next
just
week.
Any other question they have. They
Let's
can put them in the comments. Yeah, let's do one. We can maybe make a story later too. But put it in the comments. We'll react to those, and we'll finally have a QA after like not having one for like 50 episodes. It's been a while.
It's been a very long time.
It's a very long time.
Okay, we'll do a Q&A next.
Exactly. And now like a lot has changed. A lot has happened since then.
Yeah, that's true.
You can ask questions about whether it be like the marriage process or wedding process, getting all that stuff, or it's anything you have, put it in the comments. We'll also post a story at some point, but until then, make sure you follow us on those social media pages, Cause the Connection Pod on Instagram and TikTok, and make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, all that, and we'll see y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye.